So when they need your votes, this is what they'll tell you.
Everybody just arrives in our townships and rural areas and set up businesses without licenses and permits. We are going to bring this to an end.
And when you voted, and now that they have your vote, this is what they'll say.
As communities and as a society, we must not be tempted to join those who want us to turn against people who were not born in South Africa and who are in our midst. We will and must not allow groups to use the legitimate concerns of South Africans to destabilize our country through inciting lawlessness and violence.
So basically what I'm saying is, don't gamble with your vote.
Manje umhla ka-20 kuJune, kusasa umhla ka-21 kuJune. Iy'nsuku lezi ey'bekiwe ukuthi abantu base-South Africa abaphume bayo-register for ukuvota. Ngizwe bethi-ke uyakwazi nokuregister na-online, ungena kwi-website ye-IEC, ufaka ama-details wakho lapha, wenze sure ukuthi u-registered for ukuvota. Ukuze makufika umhla ka-4, siphumeni ngobuningi bethu, siyovota. Sivotela abantu abazokwazi ukuthi abantu base-South Africa babenze priority. Ikakhulukazi udaba oluthinta i-service delivery. I-service delivery iyona nto esithinta ngco. Ngibala ugesi, ngibala amanzi, ngibala ama-pothole, ngibala i-waste management. Zonke lezi zinto efuneka zize kuwe ziphethwe omasipala. Ngakho-ke ukuvota for omasipala funa senze sure ukuthi sivotela abantu abazosenzela iqiniso. Nokungaphumi njalo ukuyovota kuwukuthatha isinqumo, ngoba labantu abavotela i-ANC bazosukuma bayoyivotela futhi, abanayo inkinga lapho. Izophinda ikuphathe, uphinde ukhale futhi lesikhalo lesonazo. Siyazi ukuthi kulezi insuku abantu base-South Africa ba-frustrated kakhulu ngodaba lokungasebenzi, ngoba yiyona nto ehamba phambili ukuthi abantu abasebenzi basendlaleni. Bese kuba udaba lama-illegal immigrants, lenza ukuthi uhulumeni agcine esemi ngey'nyawo. Kodwa-ke ngokubukeka kwezinto noma ngokubuka kwami, ngibona uhulumeni ney'khulu kahulumeni zimelene nabantu base-South Africa, futhi zingasenzi isimo sibe ngcono kubantu base-South Africa. Ngoba kuyo yonke i-platform abayitholayo bakhumbuza abantu base-South Africa ukuthi ama-law enforcement agencies okufuneke babuza abantu ukuthi bala ngokusemthethweni na noma cha. Kodwa uma singakhuluma iqiniso nje lonke, iqiniso nje selikhuluma lodwa futhi, ukube lama-law enforcement agencies bewenza umsebenzi wawo, ngabe le nkinga abantu base-South Africa bakhala ngawo ngaba yenzeki. UMinister uFeres Khatshana uhlangane nabezindaba wakhuluma nabo. Kodwa ngaphambi kokuba ngidlala uMinister uFeres Khatshana, ngicela ukucaphunela umlungisi Mabaso MMC we-informal settlement la eJohannesburg. Uzwe nje kuye, angingachazi, ngicela uzwe la.
IkwaJohannesburg what? Imali yama-chemical toilets, imali yamalokhu njani, yamanzi, ikwaJohannesburg what? But uJohannesburg what usebenza nge-database akayinikezwa yithi njenge-human settlements. So we must know-ke ukuthi-ke each informal settlements bangaki obani, then bese sisubmit Johannesburg what asebezokwazi ukufaka ama-service. So i-contestation-ke yalama undocumented foreign nationals agcwele ama-informal settlements emanate from lama reports ukuthi na ama-foreign emaningi ama-informal settlements kunabantu base-South Africa, and yet you are expected to provide services. Kukhalo ukuthiwa ama-services wafakayo mancane, and uma usuthi uyabuka ama-records awekho mancane for South Africans. Mancane because we've included foreign nationals ku-database yethu, or ekuhlaleni angathi ekuhlaleni sekunama-foreign nationals asemaningi kunama-South Africans, and that's why ama-services in the information esemancane. because foreigners amaningi. So it is on those bases we have to do all these audits, sazi ukuthi obani is profile and all those things, because it's very difficult, colleagues. I can tell you, it's very difficult. Maningi ama-foreigner. Ekhaya Send, it's your property as well. Ekhaya Send. City Power finally ihambile disconnect. I've been complaining. Let me tell you the scenario. Ngifuna ukwenza example yokuthi why this audit has to be done and why kufuneka siyiplane kahle development yethu. Ekhaya Send. Nakhona we appointed for electrification. Sagcina sidelay because we have not finalized our processes because we are delaying loads. So we foreign national lapha collector 300 for illegal electrification. Abantu 14,000 abahlala lapha. Our times 300 times 14,000. More than 4 million, I think. And most of you check a report of South Africans lapha, they are less than 4,000. Less than 4,000. Meaning that almost more than 10,000 abantu abalapha foreign nationals. Tina, we appointed for electrification for abantu South Africa, which are 3,900. That's what you appointed for. But in reality, the area is congested because we've got 11,000 people that you cannot account for because they are undocumented foreign nationals. But on top of that, one of the foreign nationals, unogesi wakhe nje, akawucharge abantu 300 rand per household. And the ECT is paying Eskom for Leo supply level because phela funeka siwuthenga ugesi kwa Eskom team. And yet you've got someone who's making almost 4 million a month, who's not a South African. So ingakho we have to do these audits because we need to know ukuthi obani abahlezi lapha. Ngoba njengoba ngisho ngithi impela maningi ama-informal settlements la khona ama-services khona angekho sufficient to accommodate or to cater for ama-residents akhona. But amaningi ama-informal settlements, when you get into the records, the outcomes of the audit, that's when you get to realize ukuthi no man, actually lama-services afaka uJohannesburg Water lapho or uMasipala alright if uthiwa ama-South Africans yodwa ahlezi lapha. Alright. But because they are foreign nationals and they are at their majority in the informal settlements, then these services are not sufficient to cater for everyone actually. So you're not challenges now. You're not challenges now. So I wanted just to explain le councillor ka-KR ukuthi safika kanjani ukuthi senze lama audits in the informal settlements. Onke, all of them. Akhona ku-business plan ngoba even nale report engikhuluma ngayo sisazoyisa kwi-council. Phela kufuneka isho ukuthi per informal settlements how many households. Finally issued per informal settlements how many households. So that's why we had to do that audit again. And then that KR attorneys was then appointed to run that process. Audit. So bengithi ngicela nje explain.
Ntakhuluma ngayo nje la uMMC ngiyayazi mina. Ngake ngahlala ngapha emkhukhwini kaMakausi. Ngangikhokha ngicabanga 150 ngenyanga for ugesi. Khokhela indoda ethize kuze ngibe nogesi. Nyanga yonke khokha nje 150. Le ndoda iyakoleka ke lapha yana isinyokotho ke siminyaminya semkhukhu uthola ukuthi ejardini lilodwa ejardini nje lilodwa kuhlala abantu abawu7 lo muntu ukoleka la 150 kule charity lilodwa uzophuma kwelenye charity na kanjalo abanikazi bogesi the city noma umasipala londa waka benefit lutho and ama services ngokusho kwakhe ama-services anele lawa akhishwa uhulumeni ngoba uhulumeni usebenza nge-database but because kunabantu lapha who are unregistered, who are undocumented, ama-services agcine engasanelanga bese kuqhamuka umuntu ozosola abantu base-South Africa uma beba frustrated ukuthi nithatha iy'nkinga zenu niziblame kubantu abangama-foreign nationals. Can you imagine ukuthi niklinelwa ama-toilet ama-toilet lawa eplastic nilethelwa amanzi nge-watering can bese kubalwa kuthiwa noma singakhipha ama-truck awu-3 azokwenela kuthola ukuthi indlela lapha ingaphezu kwamalokuzana awu-3 kwama-truck awu-3 ngenxa yobuningi babantu. Uma abantu bezothola amanzi nge-watering can, amanzi lawa according to i-database awasabanela abantu ngoba baningi. Bese kufika umuntu nje oyi-leader ebasole labo bantu Kunomehluko phakathi kwe-leader ehlala esilungwini okhuluma nje ngoba enikwa ithuba ne-leader enjengoFoka Mabaso osebenza nabantu on the ground, owaziyo lama issues nama frustrations wabantu, owazi kahle ongaxoxelwa ngawo. Kunomehluko. Angikucaphunele ke uMinister Frost Kachala uze ukuthi yena uthini, ikakhulukazi lolu daba oluthinta ama illegal immigrants kanye nomhla ka-30.
Nothing will happen to them, or you'll react as it happened during the July unrest.
Well, first of all, let me reinforce the message from the Minister of Justice. The responsibility to enforce our immigration laws is the responsibility of the state. No one has the legal right to take the law into their own hands, to arrest or intimidate undocumented foreign nationals in the country. We have seen very ugly incidents in our country where people do take the law into their own hands, assault people, and the kind of incidents that and even worse, as you've mentioned. It's not acceptable. And the message from the ministry to the police service has been that they have to take action under the law against those who effectively are breaking the law. Can I give an assurance that those incidents won't take place? No. But what I can say is that we're determined to deal with criminality, all forms of criminality, and those who indulge in this kind of action are themselves behaving like criminals. So the message is clear. There should be no ambiguity about it, no confusion about it. And there are people involved in these marches, in this protest action, who are not behaving correctly.
As a subsequent question to your response, Minister, how are you engaging with those people that you have not behaving correctly?
There has been engagement. The IMC, we've met with March to March. Yesterday, the President had a meeting with traditional leaders as well as religious leaders. We are engaging with civil society as government because we are engaging in a conversation with our people about how we should deal with illegal immigration, not whether we should deal with illegal immigration. There's a right way and there's a wrong way. And some people who are engaged in this protest action are not behaving in a way that is defensible, that is correct, that is lawful.
My parting question is, I'm sorry if I'm telling you, should we expect, are you saying should we expect arrests or what should we do?
There has been arrest.
I'm saying
yes, sure.
I'm saying to those that we have identified.
Yes.
Because we have seen them on TV threatening the leader, in particular the leaders.
Yes.
Are you going to pounce on them before the 30th of June and the instigators?
There are arrests taking place. I've seen the numbers. Our message to the police has been very clear. They've got to enforce the law. I can't say everybody who's engaged in this kind of criminality has been arrested. But yes, there is a message to those who are organizing these marches, who are involved in these marches, that the police have a clear message from government that they should effect arrests.
Okay. Thank you, colleagues.
Leaders anjengoPhakela Umthakathi, oJacinta Ngobese, oNgizwe Mchunu basenkingeni nabanye basenkingeni. Uma ngase lama masha abawaholayo kube khona abantu abaluthayo kuyobothweswa bona icala, ngoba nje obuzwa nje kukhulunywa ngama-organizers, kuzothiwa yibo abahlanganisa abantu. Iyona nje inkinga abakuyo. Ingakho ngizibuza ukuthi kazi umhla ka-30 bazokwenza njani. Let's say bona base-Pietermaritzburg bese kusuka abantu abase-Johannesburg bedecide ukulutha, uzobablame kanjani abantu abangekho kuleyo nto leyo? Yeah, iyangidida mina lapho. Kodwa kasethemba ukuthi i-intelligence izokwenza umsebenzi wayo. Ngoba phela vele iwona msebenzi efuneka iwenze lo, ukunqanda isimo ukuthi singaphumi esandleni. No-Minister we-Justice uMamoloko Kupayi uthe mayithola ithuba naye waphinde wakhuluma ngalolu daba ngoba eqinisweni lilonke lamamashi enza ukuthi uhulumeni wethu aphume kuyikhona lakhe la hlala khona ayi-addresse le issue njengoba sibona abaseMalawi ababalelwa ko-10,000 manje. Ngabe yonke lento ayenzekanga ukube abantu base-South Africa bazange bakhethe ukuya emgwaqweni. Cela uzwe la.
Okay, Minister, maybe just brief us on what you've uncovered here at the repatriation center.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much. This is part of the ongoing work by the IMC. As you know, that we have outlined even during our media briefing that we would be doing stakeholder engagement, visiting facilities to compare the reports that we receive in our meetings. As the IMC, we meet every Friday, so when we leave here, we are going to Pretoria for the meeting, and we'll be receiving reports. So visiting the facility one was to check in terms of capacity, its status, in terms of being able to cope with the capacity, being able to understand the facility, the demands, the needs, and issues that we needed to address as the IMC. I think part of what is our observation first, it's around the clinic, collaboration between the two departments, for example, Correctional Services and the Department of Home Affairs, that those who have been sentenced prisoners or are released coming here, Correctional Service to make sure that they come with their full files of their medical records so that it doesn't derail the process or they are not able to get access to their medication properly. That's the first thing. Secondly, it's the issue of the functioning of the court that needs to be upgraded to meet the requirements, standard requirements, minimum standard requirements, support for the judiciary that is here. They currently operate on Friday, and particularly this is not a first instance court. So meaning that if a person is arrested somewhere as a foreign national, non-South African, they are going to our normal courts. And then here it's those who are on site where we're dealing with issues of their confirmation and also their extension of stay if they have not been deported. We require their embassies, their countries to confirm. We did receive again the report that some of the countries are not responding. We've requested Minister of International Relations to help us, in particular Ethiopian nationals and also Nigerian, because we're getting the report that we've not received favorable response, and we have submitted through the Department of Home Affairs as Nigeria is preparing voluntary reparation, the list of those who are here so that they include them in their list of deportation. So it's part of work that we do. As you know, that Lindela is the only center across the country. Anyone else who is everywhere is brought here. So that's why it's important to look at the capacity, the facility. But we are happy that now the facility belongs, we were briefed as well, the facility now belongs to Home Affairs. It's no longer a rented facility, so it's a government-owned facility, but privately operated. So it will give us an opportunity to be able to repurpose it properly, to be able to meet the requirements. Because as you know, you can see even their offices of human rights lawyers here, so that we are not seen as violating the human rights laws.
Minister, are you concerned about the numbers you are seeing in terms of the undocumented nationals here? Maybe just talk to us about that.
Yes, this facility is not supposed to keep people for a long time. It's, as you say, it's a Lindela. It's a place where you pass through. So ordinarily would want to see not more than 48 hours stay here. And if we could have cooperation with the embassies who are in the country where their nationals are here to come and confirm so that we are able to facilitate that transportation. That's what we are concerned about mainly, and the numbers that we see here. So it's not a place that it's meant for people to stay more months here. It's a place that at least they must be able to, it's pass through. It's a place of just waiting so that you can go through. So that's our concern in terms of the numbers.
Minister, the health from Eastern Shore. What would you say to those who are saying this is just a PR exercise? Why do you say so? Because of had government been proactive, this would have been intercepted long ago. Secondly, the issue of we heard how the president warned the republic from attacking and threatening foreign nationals, particularly illegal immigrants. However, there are some certain individuals in society who go around threatening and intimidating illegal immigrants. What is your reaction to that as government?
I think the first thing, as you would have been working with us, you would have heard that it's not a PR exercise because this happens daily. This facility has been here, daily receipts. If you looked at the reports, it tells you that you receive about 800. It corresponds or it correlates with what we reported in the IMC. If we look at as the media on the media briefing on Sunday, if you look at the figures over time, last financial year, looking at previously. So what we believe is that South Africans could not believe that government is doing this work because they were not shown. And we appreciate you as members of the media being here with us, because now you are helping us to showcase what government has been doing all along, continues to do. We are not driven by those who are marching. We are showcasing because we've been telling South Africans that this is the work that has been ongoing. And therefore, as the IMC, our responsibility as well is to take this opportunity to look at what are the areas, where are the gaps to improve. If you ask me, this facility should not be taking a lot of money, for example, from the state, if we are to have cooperation and operate properly. And again, I repeat, migration is a global phenomenon. It's not only South Africa. You would not be able to finish it over time because majority of the people as well, when they come here, not because they came illegally through the borders that are not there. Some come through proper borders with passports. They expire their day, they overstay, and that's why it converts from being a legal migrant to an illegal person who has come through. So that's the issue. The issue of those who have been marching, and I'll allow my colleagues as well to help. What we have been saying is that in terms of the Constitution of South Africa, it is allowed for people to protest, to demonstrate. This is it's a hard-won right by South Africans to be able to express themselves and their views freely. It's guaranteed in Chapter 2 of the Constitution. But what we have said as the IMC, but also in my other cap as JCPS chairperson, we've said that they must do it within the law. So they must not take the law into their hands and allow us as government and government apparatus, law enforcement agencies to enforce the law. As President said, no one must go around asking people for their permits, for their what. It is only Home Affairs and police who can do that. They would be able to determine, even police, when they do it jointly with Home Affairs. And that's why when you appear even in court, you'd have seen when we deal with Sherwood, when they appear there before court, the magistrates wants Home Affairs to be present to say, confirming, giving certain documents to confirm that this actually are not South Africans and they are in the country illegally. So that's what we are appealing to South Africans. Can they stop, and I'll repeat, can they stop vigilantism? They must allow government to do its work as we continue. We understand where the areas, the gaps are, and we are working towards ensuring that we close those gaps.
And then secondly, to the Minister of Police, is that 2008, South Africa witnessed a painful...
Ubaba uzwakele Mncwango we-Action SA. Iyamxaka lento yokuthi umuntu angene mahala la ngokungekho semthethweni. Kodwa mase kufuneka ahambe, sekufuneka kube ne-paperwork. Lo muntu sekufuneka kulandwe imigudu ethize, igcina igovernment yethu ispend imali. Usho njalo. Uthi akazi noma into nje ingenzeka na ukuthi isela emzini wakho lingene ngefastela. Bese wena mosulibambile bese uthi hayi sekufuneka ngilibheke ngenze sure ukuthi namalungelo walo lelisela avikelekile. Emveni kokuvikela amalungelo walo ngenze sure ukuthi ngilifidile lidlile. Liyaphila kahle uma likwenzekile la khwehlela ngilitholela usizo bese ngilikhipha kahle ngomnyango. Uthi akayiqondi le abantu kufuneka baphume ngendlela abangene ngayo. Uma engene wagulukudela ngokungekho semthethweni ufuna aphume kanjalo ngalokulandela imigudu ethize, kodwa ngenxa yokuthi kukhona nama-lawyer kuthiwa ngama-human rights lawyers. Umsebenzi wawo ukuqikelela nje ukuthi amalungelo wabantu awahlukumezeki, kodwa abanendaba ukuthi lo muntu uphula umthetho. Usho ukuthi into ebalulekile ilungelo lakhe lo muntu. Ukuthi yena uphula umthetho or akawuphulanga, konke lokho akubalulekile. Kodwa nje ngithi kubantu base-South Africa, namhlanje nakusasa asiphumeni ngobuningi bethu siyo-register for ukuvota. Ngobuningi bethu. Nangomhla ka-4 funa siphume senze njalo. ANC siphathe lezwe for 32 years. Uma kodwa sikujabulela lento i-ANC esenze, i-ANC ayihlukile nomuntu osidlwengulayo. Kodwa uma ukudlwengulwa i-ANC sikujabulela kulungile, asihlale singavoti. Uma nje ukudlwengulwa i-ANC sikwamukela, asihlale singavoti. Uma futhi ukudlwengulwa i-ANC sikwamukela, sisithi le ndlela abasiphethe ngayo engiyithatha mina njengokudlwengulwa, ngoba phela ukudlwengula umuntu usukenza lento ongahambisani nawo ngenkani, njengoba abantu ba-South Africa bengahambisani nokuba khona kwabantu la ngokungekho semthethweni, kodwa kubonakala engathi ugovernment ka-ANC uyahambisana nakho. Uma-ke nikujabulela nizoqhubeka nivotele i-ANC, nizoqhubeka futhi ningayi ukuyovota, ngoba laba kade bevota bazoqhubeka bayoyivotela i-ANC, ngoba abanye phela bayabenefita, abanye nje bangama-beneficiaries. So bayayazi into abayivotelayo, bayazi uma sivotela i-ANC kuzoqhubeka kungena obhululu bethu laphaya sikwazi ukuthi siphile. Mina nawe sidibane kwividiyo elandelayo, kodwa nje ngiyamzwela ungizwe, uphakele umthakathi kanye noJacinta nabanye abangama-leaders kulama mashi, ngoba uma kungase kwenzeke umhla ka-30 uphume esandleni, kube khona abantu abalimalayo, kube khona infrastructure elimalayo, ibona who will be held accountable. Ikusho lokho ngoba sesike sakubona ngaphambilini. uBonkosi Khanyile usekhoti today eMaritzburg. uDuduzile Zuma usekhoti today for ukuthi wabhala we see you. Ukubhala nje we see you ku Twitter hayi kwamenza waba yivukela mbuso. Ungezwe emcuno walwena ke naye icala for ukuthi wathi azikhale. Baningi nabanye. Mina ngikhuluma ngabantu abangazange babonwe belutha. Hayi laba abalutha. Ngikhuluma ngabantu mina abakhuluma kwathiwa bona they incited violence. Bona bayiqhuqhumezelile. Yeah, so nabo kabantu engibazwelayo. Ngiyazi ukuthi kukhona abantu asebehlele nje kahle ukuthi ayanginayo iTV umhla ka-30 uzongipha ithuba elihle lokuthi ngingene ngibe neTV. Ngoba vele kuthi kwenziwe enye into abanye bebebona ithuba lokweba. Afisa kodwa ukuthi ngithi bantu base-South Africa, uma ningase kwenzeke ufikelele umcabango, funa wazi ukuthi ubeka uJacinta nophakela umthakathi nongizwe nabanye enkingeni ngoba yibona abazoboshwa. Government wethu akafuni ukuthatha responsibility, akafuni ukuba accountable. Yingakho ne-July unrest kublenywa abanye abantu, kungashiwo ukuthi hayi ngoba kwathatha isinqumo sokuboshwa ka-former president uZuma sithathwa obani kwenzakalani. Abafuni kuthiwa yibo abasephutheni noma basecaleni. Kumanje bathi ugovernment uyasebenza, ubelokhu esebenza all along. Batshela thina esiwabonayo amaphoyisa ethathwe kweshumi njalo, batshela thina esiwabonayo amaphoyisa. La maphoyisa kuthiwa yiwona nelungelo, siyawabona thina ethathwe kweshumi njalo. Yeah, mina nawe sidibane kwividiyo elandelayo. Ngiyabonga.